Have you ever experienced this? You studied everything, you practiced, you knew the answers, but the moment the exam paper comes in front of you, your mind goes completely blank. Or you're standing in front of people ready to speak, and suddenly even the first sentence disappears. In that moment, it feels like everything you knew is gone. It feels unsettling, embarrassing, frustrating. And almost immediately, a deeper thought appears. What's wrong with me? Psychology shows something important. Your brain isn't broken. It's reacting to pressure. This has very little to do with intelligence. It has everything to do with how your brain responds when it feels evaluated or judged. Your brain quietly shifts. In situations like exams or presentations, it sometimes interprets the moment as a threat. Not a real danger, but the brain doesn't clearly distinguish between a tiger in the jungle and people watching you. So it shifts into a protective state. Your heart rate changes. Your breathing becomes shallow. Attention moves toward safety. And when the brain prioritizes safety, memory access becomes secondary. That's why information you knew just minutes ago suddenly feels unreachable. Stress doesn't erase memory. It just interferes with access. The information is still there. It hasn't disappeared. That's why once the exam ends or the pressure is removed, the answers often come back on their own. At the same time, attention often turns inward. Instead of staying with the material, the mind starts monitoring itself. What do they think of me? Do I look nervous? Did I say that wrong? This self-monitoring quietly consumes mental space. And when attention is split between watching yourself and recalling information, thinking becomes less fluid. Pressure increases further when perfection enters the picture. When you tell yourself, "I must not mess this up," the brain hears danger. Higher expectations create higher tension, and tension disrupts smooth thinking. Ironically, the harder you try to perform perfectly, the more likely the mind is to freeze. Overthinking adds another layer. Some knowledge is meant to come automatically, but in high-pressure moments, doubt interrupts the flow. You start checking what you already know. Is this correct? What if I'm wrong? This extra layer breaks the automatic process. It's like trying to consciously control your breathing. Something natural suddenly becomes difficult. The body also plays a role. Fast, shallow breathing sends a signal that something is wrong. Anxiety increases, thinking tightens. Even a couple of slow breaths can gently signal safety and allow clarity to return. And then there is silence. When you pause, it feels unbearably long inside your mind. 1 or 2 seconds feel like an eternity. But to other people, it usually feels completely normal. Psychology shows anxious minds overestimate how noticeable pauses are. In reality, brief pauses often make you appear calm and thoughtful, not confused. When you put all of this together, something becomes clear. Going blank is not a sign that you are not smart. It is a sign that your brain is trying to protect you under pressure. The information does not disappear, it becomes temporarily less accessible. If this feels familiar, it often means you care deeply about doing well.